Yeah, I think relationships are something hectic. Okay, so all of us are in different stages of relationships, right?
Yeah.
You're married, you're engaged, you're in a situationship, I'm in a situationship.
Yeah.
Like I said, mine is a serious situationship because the one person I'm considering now had initially proposed to me. But I said no because I felt at that point he wasn't in the right state of mind. So I don't know if I should call him my partner or my, hey, it's tricky. Because, okay, so he used to be an addict, right? So he's been clean for like 5 years. But I think there's like a lot of things that come even after being clean.
True. Yeah.
There's a
challenge.
there's a lot of challenges that come with it. So I think he hadn't dealt with it, and it was now influencing me in a way that I didn't like. And he's very abrupt. He's very impatient. He's like, this is what I want. Let's do it now. Let's go. And I think I was like a deer in headlights. I was overwhelmed. So I was like, hey, I can't do this. You know. But then relationships happened, and because we all know Mjolo is a pandemic, it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
So I decided to pursue dating in the typical, for lack of a better word, white way, where you have multiple partners that you're not sleeping with, but you actually go out with and get to know. So I've got 2 partners that I'm getting to know, but now he came back in the picture. And because of the type of person that he is and how I know him, I'm persuaded towards him. And he still wants the same thing. He still wants to get married. He still wants to settle. Now I'm looking at these 2 niggas like, what do I say to them? And I just like, hey, never mind, guys. Drop them there. You know? Am I like, hi, never mind, guys. Here's this one. Or am I like, dude, chill, let me see what happens with it. So I'm caught in between a rock and a hard place. Because one thing I know about him, and here's the thing, my mom has always told me that if you want to be happy in a relationship, find a man that loves you more than you love him. And he loves me. I could call him in the middle of the night and be like, I'm stranded. He would make a plan. I know that for a fact. But I am still dealing with the same man. But he's grown. But I'm still dealing with the same man.
The fact that you're saying that you're still dealing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Says a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, because he does have that. He also owns that.
Sure.
He owns that. I love the fact that he's so conscious about who he is and what he's been through. Because he's also got a foundation where he's helping current addicts. And he's got a whole foundation and he goes for interviews. And that's why I'm so open with his story, because he's open about his story. So he'll be open with the fact that, I love you, I want to be with you, but this is who I am and this is what I'm dealing with. I got into this because I hadn't emotionally grown. I hadn't been raised right. So emotionally, I'm not mature. I'm still growing, but I want you and I want to be with you, and that's what you're going to have to deal with.
Okay, I have a question. So you stuck between accepting who he is or leaving him?
I'm stuck between, am I okay with dealing with that?
Yeah.
Or do I want to see what's going to happen here?
I think she has that fear of relapse.
Yes.
What if he relapses in the process?
Also, okay. So you guys actually, you look at the guys in the sport and you're like, okay, this one, I don't like him. But if I want hot wings, he'll send them away. And then there's one that you love, but when you say I'm hungry, it's like,
oh shit,
I'll ask him.
He's like, please feed yourself for me.
What's in the fridge? Why are you not cooking? What?
But one thing I've learned about addicts is that, okay, let's say maybe I was addicted to alcohol and I recover from that. There are so many possibilities for me to be addicted to something else.
Yes.
It could be
And it could be something positive.
Yes.
That's the thing.
And
Not always
already he has started something like a foundation.
Yeah.
That's a process.
It does say
It
something.
shows that there's a light, there's a form of direction, if you know what I mean.
So from where you're sitting, Juice, what would you advise me? Would you say I should carry on with the 2 guys that I'm dating, or should I pursue this?
When it comes to something serious, because you already experienced him, and you can tell that he's really into you.
Yes.
You know, the only problem is that he's got this kind of history.
Yes.
And those are your fears, Clara.
Yes.
The rest, they just fun, they're all that, but they're not taking you to a serious,
Yeah.
they're not really considering this kind of relationship.
But
But with him, he's like very clear. Karabo, I want you and I want to marry you. But I come with this history. That's his history. That's his journey. Also, maybe if you can offload with how many guys that you have engaged with, how many one-night stands that you have been with, you kind of have fear.
But the question also is, can you live with that?
You
No,
must
you
also ask yourself that, okay, if I'm like, I tell this guy that, you know what, I do not think we're gonna work. Let's end things here. And then he starts thinking, after so many years, after everything that I've tried to invest in this relationship, and then he tries to do something else since he was addicted to something. Maybe he tries to commit suicide, or he actually does commit suicide. And then are you gonna be able to live with the fact that you drove him into that?
But that's like manipulation.
Yeah.
But
I just feel like you must just give the poor guy a benefit of the doubt.
Honestly,
Because at the end of the day, it's just, I wouldn't say it's just addiction. There's so many people who are not addicted to anything, but you find that the person is an abuser. And you still, like, we all have our pros and cons. So if there's this dominating one and it's in the past, we all have things, even you yourself personally, have some things that if a guy would know about you, be like, I love her. But because of this certain thing that is negative about her in the past, I wouldn't
they can't consider you as a lifetime partner. They can't really propose. They can't.
The question now is, isn't there someone out there who's the way you want them to be?
But
You will find someone who's better, but you won't find the person who's exactly like the
like you can take maybe 5 ticks, but then the last you're like, no, he's not this, he's not this. So do I take him out? No, you can't.
Yeah.
You just try to find a way to live with that. You ask yourself, can I live with this wrong that it can't submit? Yes, if you can, then take him. But if you can't, you feel like, okay, he's an abuser, but he loves me. Then no, I cannot live with someone who abuses me.
The thing is, I feel like once women fall in love, they tolerate so much.
That's
why a lot of women that we found that they were in abusive relationships, they've been abused for more than a year, but because of something happened,
lifetime.
Yeah, that's true. Some stay there for a lifetime.
My question is, why do you guys just keep staying in such a relationship?
No, it's
From a woman's
it's
perspective.
women that love. Tina, like us here,
Our momentum
we don't
we
love.
let a guy love.
We let a guy love.
So okay. So now my thing has been heard. What's your thing? What's your situation? Okay, you don't have to.
Okay,
Are you engaged?
Wait,
Not personally your situation.
no
The
guys.
situation.
I was asking you a question. I want you guys to answer me on that question. Or why do women stay in abusive relationship?
I've never been into that
But-
abusive
I've
relationship,
never-
so I wouldn't
No,
know.
don't give it from your personal
Just
experience.
the general perspective.
From a general perspective as a woman.
I feel like it's a psychological thing, and women are people that like to be protected or led. So if a guy gives you I could say, if a guy gives you a perspective, he loves you, and then the other weakness that we have is we don't like to leave something that we've invested in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once we've
The Abandoned syndrome
Yeah.
really does exist.
We are here
But
to
now you start
stay.
thinking, after so many years, and now just because he slapped me, I should
Yeah.
leave him. No.
You give him so much
No.
room of you just tell yourself you know, those type of things. And even society, man, it's something that even though it's dormant because we are the 21st century young people, but it's still existing that I can handle it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not supposed to be.
I think as women, we're not we're not prone to giving up on people in general.
Mm.
That's why
Kids.
women make the best caretakers, make the best nurses. It's stereotypical, but it's true.
Yeah, that's true.
As women, we have this thing that just can't give up on someone. You know.
But do you guys sorry to interrupt you. Do you guys give up on these guys that when you post on your status you're like, yo, Saba well hot wins, and that guy is the one who like, hey, where are you? You know? How I feel like we have so many guys like that, and you guys they have a certain way of treating them. So I just wanna know perspective for, do you guys see such as potentials, or they just those ones that are you guys put them on a friend zone, or they can be potential at some point?
You know,
But my chances, when you throw a question like that, I know that there's someone will say, I'm going out with the potential tomorrow, and then on Saturday I'm going out with my person.
Yeah.
So now the problem is, do we even all have an understanding of someone who's a potential? It starts there.
Yeah.
Before you even answer that question, you need to understand what is a potential to you as an individual.
Why would you
But
want to
I
go out
get
with
you.
someone?
I get your question. I just didn't want that. I just didn't want.
No, I don't want you to answer for
go
them.
with the answer like that. Do you even understand what is the potential?
Yeah.
I think here's the thing, and correct me if I'm wrong. Here's my thing. The society has messed us up so badly that we see potential in toxic people. We've started missing genuine people that have our best interest at heart. We consider them very boring.
Yeah.
If someone shows you drama, you're like, come on, this is it.
Yeah.
What? Hop on it.
But
You
if
want-
find
you-
someone who checks up on you every now and then, you're like, eh,
Yeah.
fine.
If you find someone that gives you peace of mind, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Why do you give me peace of mind? Why do you check up on me? That's not normal. You want the one that doesn't check up on you. You want the one that stresses you. You want that one that posts pictures with girls in the car and you're like, who's that girl? And he's like, that's my aunt. And you're like, your aunt, so yeah. Because we are a generation that loves drama. If someone comes to you with real intentions, how often is it that if a guy comes to you and says, you're very pretty, I actually think you'd be a good wife? You're like, huh? No, whether you just lying.
That's what I've always told people, that love at first sight doesn't exist in South Africa. You're gonna get a guy now, he's gonna tell you that he loves you, and you'll be like, but you just met me now.
That's one thing I'm
How is it that you love me? But out there, yes, how you love me?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, let's do it. But here in South Africa, hell no. Because we do not know what the person's true intentions are. But with me,
his intentions would be cleared, or you'd be confident with this person really loves me because of the experience you guys would have had. You know, you think it's based on history or something.
yeah,
And
that's
at first you'd be like, how
hell no. Because even the guy that I'm married to right now,
Yeah.
when we first met, he did say that, I want to marry you. I was like, nah.
Obviously. I'm like, nigga, you don't even
I was like,
know
that's
me.
not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm for real. And he kept pushing me to be in a relationship. He was like, no, I really, really want to.
When you first met him, what did you look at him as Truth was saying?
Yeah.
Did you look at him as a potential, or did you look at him as someone you could date, or were you just like, this is just a guy?
When we met, actually, I just got up of a relationship.
Yes.
So I had told myself that, you know what, let me just take a break and give this whole time to myself and not be in a relationship. Boom, this guy comes, he texts me on WhatsApp. He's like, hey, I got your numbers from this person and I'd really like to talk to you. I'm like, but I do not know you. He's like, yeah, I also don't know you, but I would really love to get to know you. I was like, okay, fine. He called, we spoke for like an hour. Our first call was like for an hour. That's when he was like,
I feel so guilty because the things that you're saying right now, it's something that I'm going through.
yeah.
Okay, just exactly. And he called for the first time. I'm like, no. He's like, I've been stalking your Instagram page for like 2 months now, and I just didn't have the guts to say hi. And then the first combo, he didn't even say I'm gonna WhatsApp
for hours.
He was like, I wanna call you, and I'm like, oh, that's a tick.
Yeah.
And then he called for hours.
See? So we spoke for hours. Later on, we were like, okay, after a week, I think, he was like, I want to see you. I was like, okay, let's meet up.
Yeah.
We met, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, not my type.
I was like, no, I've never dated someone like him.
Yeah, no.
So hell no.
Oh, yeah.
But then when we were talking, like the conversation was flowing, everything was fine. Like I could see that he's a really nice guy. And then he did ask for a relationship, and I was like, no, I'm not ready for a relationship. I just got out of a relationship now. I was like, no, I don't care about that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I was like, okay, let me give you this chance to be in a relationship to show you that I'm not ready.
Yes.
So I gave him that chance.
So you didn't get in with the fact that he's a potential. You got in with the fact to prove a point.
Yeah, I wanted to prove a point that I'm not ready for a relationship. 2 years down the line, he was like, I'd like to introduce you to my parents.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
You'll continue from that. Is the type matter? Like when you see him, did you see him as not your type or?
At the time, it didn't matter
Okay.
because I wasn't looking.
Okay.
I wasn't looking. So it didn't even matter. 2 months down the line, we went home. Luckily, he's also from where I'm from. So we went home. He introduced me to his parents. Everything went smoothly. I felt really welcomed. Then that's when I was like, okay, it clearly shows that who he is, he got it from where he is from.
Yeah.
So this is a guy that I would really spend my whole life with. So I've got nothing to lose. That's when we continued with the relationship. 1 year after he proposed, now we're married. We're living happily. So there was no time for like, let me friend zone him first. Get to know him
Can I
first.
ask you a question?
Sure.
The relationship that you had just gotten out of when you met this guy, was the guy younger or compared to the guy you married to right now?
Yeah, he was younger.
So would you say that yeah, what we were talking about? Would you say that the reason you end up settling for this guy is because of maturity or or he's a man rather than a boy?
Yeah, I can say that he's a man and not a boy. But at the time, I do not think I took that into consideration because he was just someone I met.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if this is not who he really is? It's just putting an act. What if there's still more that I'm gonna find out? And remember, I had just walked out from a 3-year relationship.
Where the guy was, did he propose to you, that guy, the 3-year guy?
No.
And he was young.
So that's what I keep telling, like I have a brother, he's like 6 years older than me. But I feel like mentally I'm older than him.
Yes.
Sorry, but so I keep telling him because he's one person who's constantly, I can say, making bad decisions, but he doesn't see them as bad decisions. So every time when I try to advise him, I'm like, you know, you can be 29, but you can be a boy at 29. And I can also meet a 15-year-old man. Because what's here is what's important.
That's true.
So if you're gonna act like this at your age,
Then what?
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
Age is just the man.
Me,
yeah,
I'm afraid of that thing where you propose and someone says no. Fuck.
That's the thing that happened with me. He proposed. I said yes. I regretted after.
I regretted saying yes.
Yes.
Why?
Because I felt like,
Is it your current fiance?
yes.
Okay.
I felt like I didn't enjoy my youth days.
So when did you guys meet?
Oh, guys.
Okay. How many years ago was this?
High school years.
Okay.
Yes. So he proposed Hanareta first year of varsity,
Okay.
which was in 2017.
Okay.
Yes. I regretted saying yes, Antoine. The reason why I regretted it was because I didn't have fun like previous years. So I felt all the responsibilities of being engaged and so forth. Dinada. And after that, after regretting, no man, this guy's a mama's babe.
Oh.
And so I don't like a guy that's too much into
He's mad.
his mom.
everything.
Everything, no,
Bomba.
everything, bomba. No, you consider your mom first. What
Yeah.
about me? I guess you said you want to get married and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So your mom is in our relationship now. Anton. Everything we do with
Ada bahasa
consists
orang
of your
couch.
mom.
Yo, Eric
Oh,
phone
yeah.
mama. Uring color di rega no.
You see?
It's just too much.
Yeah,
just too
it's
much.
a lot. It's a lot.
If you watch that movie, think like a man,
Act like a lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a character of a mama's baby. I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then my chest is, you find some ladies saying, if a person doesn't worry about their family, then how can they expect you to be part of their life and form a family with them?
Yeah.
So I feel like as individuals, like there's a certain kind of class that we want.
Yeah.
We want different treatments.
Maybe it's too
You will
much.
find and you share your story and someone will say, I was gonna stick around to that guy because if he can love his mom like that, he would always worry about me. You get me? Because he's got
actually.
love for his mom.
Yes.
So you see, so
Yeah.
But then Mina, this thing I don't see it as mama wakene. She likes interfering. Kintuan, you interfere
that's
in everything that we do. Like you always want to be within our space.
so
Have you ever
You
talked to your man about it?
He gets defensive as well.
Oh.
He
I,
gets defensive.
Yeah.
But I
then
get what
that's
you're
a
saying.
different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know.
if your mommy was just involved in terms of things that you guys plan, but not like that
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
into like relationship issues and stuff. You know, here and there advise you, here and there shout at him and say, hey, you don't come late because now you have a woman in your life, but not to be like specifically involved in everything that has to do with you and your man. Then that's kind of an issue.
You see,
Yeah.
because I currently feel like I'm in a competition with a mama
Yeah.
Oh, so
Something
it's like
that,
those
eh?
mommies
Yeah.
are
You know where
like,
I'm from?
full
There's
force.
this guy who was also a mama's boy. I think he was the firstborn, and he was now the one providing for the family. And he had sisters. So now he got engaged, and then they didn't like the fiance, but he was like, "Fuck that! I love this woman. I want to marry her." They were like, "Okay, we're gonna have a wedding." They had a wedding at the woman's place, and now they were welcoming the bride home. On the very same day, the husband's mom put poison in his food because she was like, this girl is going to control my boy now,
Yeah.
and now I won't
They
get
become a little
anything
bit
from him.
obsessive, you know, and they
On the day, like when she
Yeah.
was expecting to be called outside, she was being told, "Hey, your husband is no more now." Like just like that,
Wow.
just like
So
that.
this mother went to the extent of killing her own
She
son.
conspired with the sisters that the best way to deal with this problem is to poison him.
You see, that's what I'm scared of.
Yeah.
If it gets to that point, what if it gets to that point?
and it differs. In
It
most
differs.
cases, they just want to take out the lady.
Yeah, because obviously if he dies now, they're still part of everything. She's not, because she's not. Oh, that's a situation. That is very sad.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Do you guys have a certain age where you feel like now you're ready to get married, like you're 21? Because I think people are getting married at 20, 21.
Well, let me answer that. I wouldn't say there's a certain age because I was also scared. When he proposed, I was like, I'm still, when he proposed, I was 21, 21, yeah. I was 21 and I was like, I'm still 21, what are my parents gonna say? And I waited for months because he proposed in March and I only told my parents somewhere around, it was during lockdown, I think it was around August.
So wait, when he proposed, you said yes immediately.
Yeah.
You didn't think
Obviously.
twice.
What's there to think about?
I mean,
I was like, really?
when you know, you know.
Yeah.
When you know, yes.
So I never thought of, okay, I'm too young, and I was like, I'll see that I'll
Later.
later. And then my worry was, how do I tell my parents? Because now I'm 21, I'm still at school. What are they gonna say? What are people gonna say at home? But then I was like, you know what? I don't care about that. let me just tell them I'll take it however it comes. That's when I told my mom told my dad that, okay, she has met this guy and this guy wants to marry her. Then that was it.
So
A few months later, I introduced him to my mom. He then was like, I need to send my uncle's name. That's when I told my mom again that, hey, he wants to send people. Are you cool with that? I'm like, we have no problem. Because she spoke to my dad and they were like, we don't have a problem with that because he's doing things the right way.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So there's nothing wrong with that. So that's when I was like, okay, I guess age doesn't matter.
I wanted to ask, is like dating someone for 3 months matter or 4 months
Matter in terms of what?
in terms of getting married?
It doesn't.
Can I ask a question? Is it important? Sorry to interrupt you now, because I'm gonna come to that. Because sometimes it's dangerous to believe every word when it's the first time.
That's true.
And I feel like also that's how I also got trapped into certain situations.
Yes.
My question is it important or is it advisable to date someone on your level, or maybe there is a different way of putting it, someone on your level, or it does not matter in a relationship? Because I feel like I fell into a trap because I felt like this is someone on my level because of things they were saying. You get me?
I think the level thing is very subjective. And I'll tell you why. Because what I perceive to be my level and what somebody else sees to be my level are two very different things. You could look at me thinking my level is a certain thing and you'll come with that state of mind, but I'm not on that level. I feel, you know what? How this person, what are they saying? You know, and you feel you are hitting me with bars, and you think I'm impressed, but I'm like, dude, what the hell are you saying? And sometimes, a lot of times, if something seems too good to be true, it generally is.
Yeah.
As people, remember, every time you go on dates, you're marketing yourself. You can say whatever you want about yourself. You can be a linguistic student, that is a lawyer, that is a psychologist. From the first time, I could sit here and say, guys, I studied psychology and I'm psychic and I've got great
And you'd
intuition.
say you'd approve a lot of things.
Yes.
I smoke. Like,
Yes.
I don't mind it. And you get the
Thank
smoke.
you.
3 months down the line, when
now
I
I'm
come to you
coughing when you
after
smoke.
taking
Yes.
patients, I smell, smoke,
And I'm
cigarettes.
like, what
like,
is, yeah,
what the extra
yes.
F, babe? So it's true what you say,
Yeah.
that you just market yourself and you're selling yourself, of course.
You do sell yourself, and that's why
Selling
sometimes
points only.
time is also important because you can't pretend for too long.
You can't.
I always say lies have very short legs. You can't pretend for too long because sometimes someone will sell themselves and be like, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. And then next time you call them, you're like, they're like, I know, warehouse, it's noisy. You're like, how? But you said you own a business. And they're like, yeah, I get it's a warehouse business. Now you're like, there are loopholes in the store. Now they're like, hey, next thing you hear a machine, then you're like, how? But it's
Guys,
a warehouse business, you know?
Yes, in flames. I feel like this whole thing of dates sometimes give someone 2 months, 3 months. I feel like dates, there's so much of lies. Dates.
Because you're
so
marketing
much
yourself.
of
You're
lies.
selling yourself.
But well, after what I've been through and what I'm seeing with other people that I know, I'm starting to think that love just comes when you least expect it.
That's true.
Like when you've told yourself that, you know what, I'm done.
It's
Let
all
me
about
just-
Then it's like,
yeah, I'm doing me.
Maybe I must say I'm done.
Yeah, say you're done.
Yeah,
I-
that's when someone who really is going to be your true lover comes. When you're not looking, stop looking. That's when you find the
People lie too much, man.
Hey people lie. Hey
People lie.
unnecessarily so. You're just like, but when now? Why must you lie about something?
You're an
Why
adult.
must you
Why
lie
you
about
lying?
something so simple? Like people really lie. And for me it's, and I always ask this a lot of times when you first meet, I'll always ask what your intentions are, because like Drew said, if someone's intention is to be with you, they know it from the time they meet you. if someone's intention is just to play with you, they know it. Because when they go out, they're in pursuit of that. If you go out, you know you're in pursuit of getting some ass.
Sometimes it's love. Sometimes I feel like we can control how we can love people, even though it's not possible. There are people that I've met 5 months ago, 4 months ago, and when I first met them, I was so in love but I didn't tell them, obviously, because I didn't.
It was infatuation.
Okay, whatever you call it. So I liked them so much that I was like, this person is so. I even remember the first day when I met them, we had so much time, like talking and everything. I was like, these are kind of people that I've been waiting to meet. And 3 months, 4 months ago, I'm like, you know what? This person is nice and everything. They're not the bad people, but that's not what I want. So, look, I'm not saying they're bad people, they are good people, but they're just not what I want. And sometimes there are people that you love, but they are not what you wanted. So sometimes we just have to give ourselves time to know people. Because if you just fall in love and tomorrow morning you find that person, or the CEO, but he's a CEO for something else, that when you thought of certain CEO, you get me?
Yeah, give it to whatever. No, I work in an Air Force, continue to be security for Air Force. Because people
which there is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But don't lie about it.
Yeah.
The way you
If
put
you're
it.
security,
The way you
maybe I love you as a
people.
security.
I feel like we forced to fit in. Like these days, we all know you wanna go with someone who's actually like balanced.
Yes.
Like if I can use the trending.
Even if there's
someone who's
security,
balanced, who's working for a great organization, a great position, because what we see on the digital space is what we wanna experience. And my friend is as keep. As keep.
That's true.
That lifestyle that we see on other people's, whatever timelines, it's not that you're gonna get there as well, but you can get someone who's genuine, who's just gonna cook up and hold you and buy a very cheap
Someone who can give you peace
and come
of
and
mind.
sit with you and dish up and say, babe, this
This
chill.
is what I have.
But when you're chill, that you know is the
You
one
want
person that's
salmon.
come with your two
Yeah,
friends.
you want salmon and what. And for me, I've come to realize when a man wants something, he will do everything in pursuit of it.
Yes, true.
I will always reference the story. My uncle took us to our family to Lobola someone when he only had 3,000. But he told the family he had 10,000 because he really wanted this woman. And obviously, as a family, you don't want to get there and be embarrassed and take out 3,000. So we'll ask, Lee, how much do you have? 1,000. Choose 1,000. I have 1,000. Let's put our 1,000 together. And yes, and that's exactly what happened. Because he was like, I don't care who says what. I am going to marry this woman. And I am a firm believer that if a man wants to marry you, he will do whatever to marry you. And if he doesn't, yes, and if he doesn't, he will buy time in every way. He'll say, when I have the apartment, when I have the house, when I've grown the business, when I've done this.
That's true. I've seen it also with myself. There was a time where when I was doing some influencer things, and I would see myself spending and all that. And with the previous woman that I was with, sometimes they would be like, hey, when are you stingy and all that kind of stuff, But I saw myself spending without a pain, That's when in my mind, I'm like, so actually I can spend, it's just that it depends on who I'm spending to.
Just because I like you doesn't mean my bank also.
Yeah.
I trust me. Just because you're Nkhaza doesn't mean you're Nkhaza to activate my finance. Things of better and stuff. Some people just see them as in this person I need to finance, man. And then some people man, this person I must just live with, man. That's all. And when you're like, very well, they don't have to ask you. It's Friday, your babe wants to wake up and have like an Uber, some breakfast, like a very mini breakfast. You're like, babe, I just send you 300 rand, They didn't ask, they just activate you. Like, they activate you. Some, you're like,
yeah.
And as a man, we even go beyond, we will even go to our friends and
yeah,
money. My my woman is coming. I wanna buy some snacks, hot wings, and some wine. I've even seen a friend that I've never seen him going all out like the way he went when that woman was coming.
Yes.
He was like, please do me favor, my friend, this time. Please, let's buy snacks, let's do all these things, bruh. Please, just for this time. That's how I see that when someone wants to do something,
They'll do
do
it.
it. They'll
That's
do
why
it.
they say if someone wanted to call you, text you, come and see you, they would.
Yeah.
That's the truth of the matter. If they wanted
It's like
to,
when someone is
people
saying
need
it's
time
over
for
and
you.
you keep sending him paragraphs, they're not gonna change
Thank
the fact
you.
of saying kuphelile. They won't make a difference. So just keep calling.
and even if they come back, it's just to keep you there.
Yeah.
Because you feed their ego. You know, some people you keep them there to feed your ego.
True.
You just like, hey, today's a bad day. Then you're like, hey, juice, and then just like, hi, baby, like, come on. I've still got it.
I got you.
I've still got you. You know, some people are there to feed your ego, and it's unfair, but it's a reality.
Yeah, it's a reality. Guys, it's very important for love to expire. That's very important. When you see that this person is now a bullshit, is no longer giving you can you put expiry date? guys? Put expiry date.
Yeah.
We cannot keep tolerating shit.
Yeah, this whole
because-
thing that I'll make you love me, I'll make you want me. I'm not making you do anything. I'm not making you do anything. No, chase him 3 ways to make a man.
Because
love
people
you.
tolerate.
No.
People tolerate when they see that
How
you love
actually
them,
change a man
they
to
stop
love
putting
you?
effort.
Yeah.
How many times does your boyfriend take you out or your partner? But obviously, why are we always complaining about boyfriends? You guys also should take men out, like, you know, take him out unexpected.
No, but if
We do it.
we do.
Yeah, we do
But
it.
my chance, you can do it just because I'm a man. I would feel very bad when you open your wallet
Yeah, they
to
do.
pay the
Yeah.
bill. Now I pay.
Yeah, but the effort counts. The effort
effort.
counts.
But the thought, Juice, would you not love the fact that I thought of it? I'm like, babe, let me
My
see that.
problem is, you then go to your friend and say, "What's one ngiyeka ngempela ngaswapa ikhadi lami izolo." You guys do that. You guys do that. So it's this time. My friend, don't ngiyamyekela. Hayi ngokwenzakale, you guys had so much fun with last night. Yazi ukuthi unyekelile ngaswapa ikhadi lami. You see, kanti mina I'm looking at, okay, my woman is taking me out. Let me enjoy the service.
No, but if you're really into him, that shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
If you really, sometimes,
Because
remember,
iqiniso lithi.
guys, we are a generation of actors and actresses.
Yes.
It's like when we leave our homes, it's like act and scene. Come on.
Because now you'll be ready with you'll be watching very since you are the one who called us out, you'll be watching with it shouldn't be over 700.
Yeah.
But when the waiter come now with the beat and I really relax because I can play. I'll just relax and
No,
relax. You
give
took me
people a
out,
budget.
my knee.
No, give people a
Next thing
budget.
you go to your friends here. Wangiyekela ngempela that guy.
No, but I'm not really budget. Mina ngizothula phela when the bill comes. Because you cross the budget now.
Will you guys date a guy who's there with parents?
Hey.
Very good, rough.
It's a little bit tricky.
If we were still like studying,
Yeah, but
at
now.
this level,
But yeah,
If you're still studying, what do you mean studying?
I mean,
University.
if we are still
Oh,
students,
that's cool, yeah.
students,
But
yeah.
now, okay,
Now,
and even worse, you live with your parents inside the house.
manje
Inside the
nisikwenza njani?
Okay, you want him maybe if he's a bedroom.
Let's just say you go out.
Okay.
Let's just say you go out.
Yeah.
It's late. You are in his hood.
Yeah.
Now, what must happen? Must you be snuck into the house?
Yeah.
No, it also depends
I need to take this.
if my parents they know you. Then you
Yes,
come
then it's a different story.
You
But
can just come here and say, hey, I called Juice. I'll say, we'll say, people is coming just shortly.
but now when it starts, I must want to be in that situation. I must want to be in that situation, Juice.
So okay, I hear you. So it means for at a certain age you guys can't date people staying with certain parents. Now it makes sense.
Now there you are as a 25-year-old being snuck in the house.
Nithi kwenzakale njani? Like he lives in his parents' house. Kwenzakale njani when he calls you over? What's gonna happen?
He doesn't call you over because the parents are there. He calls you when they're gone to their farms.
Sure, you have a nice time when all the events are gone.
Yeah.
I should.
Otherwise, you go into a B&B.
Yeah, I can do that.
Can you go into a guy?
No, I mean
partner
I
that
can
lives-
do that now. I can be like, okay, because let's say I stay with my sister. I'm like, because my sister is around. She didn't go out, but I was really want to spend the night with you. I have booked this place.
But now every time you must book.
How?
No, at some occasions I won't book, my friend. You come and you know.
Let's just say you didn't have a place. You live at home as well.
Yeah.
And he lives at home. Or she lives at home. Then what? Is it okay? Your partner lives at home.
We
With their
also
parents.
look at where are they going with life. Are they working?
No, they are still living at home. They work in a call center. And they love being home. And their parents are about Koshana
And they don't want to move out.
and they don't want to move.
Nah, but now that's a different story. No, that's a different story because a person is just staying at home in a relationship and the family, you know. Do
But
they
like
even know you?
when you meet, there's dynamics when you meet. When you meet, so when azosho kanjalo kuwe, what is your response? Is your response, okay, asibona ukuthi mina nefamily yakho sizojela kanjani or what?
But it's not really like an entire turn off. It's like, okay, are you even planning to find
Yeah, as I am next year January.
No, my auntie, after 5 years.
No, then you know what you want. Either you stick around with me.
Okay, at next
or-
year, at January. It's June now.
We are getting somewhere. At least you kind of, it's a short goal. Like you prepare to move, to stay on your own. You prepare yourself
So
to
for
stay
6
in
months,
your
there's
own.
no book.
We always find ways, man. Like when we really wanna be together, we find ways. It's a tricky situation, but if you really were into someone,
Yeah, no, you're right. If you
they
really
don't
need someone, there's a lot of
because
things.
also the language that you're speaking with them was okay. But he is saying when he moves, he just wanna move into a bond. He doesn't wanna go and rent an apartment, you know. So there is a conversation is very important, and it's also very important for someone to like throw in a serious conversation here and there with you, so that you can find if they're moving with life. There's a form of direction. But if there's nothing, it's movies, it's what
Everything is Netflix.
So me now wanna ask,
Netflix and chill.
is flirting cheating?
Yes, if you have a partner. Yes.
Johnny, it's just words.
No, because flirting opens a door. I feel like you see, I always say this to my partner. I can't stop what you allow. If you allow it, I have no right to stop you. But see, the girl that you're flirting with, how would you feel if we ran into her and we are together? Would you still find it okay to cheat? To flirt? If you find it okay, then great. If you are fine with me being next to you and you can look at her and say, oh girl, oh look at your ass.
But isn't like flirting something that spices up conversation, G?
That no,
Sometimes
no.
Spice up conversation,
Yeah,
but
not
the thing
that
is, her point is, if you are in a relationship with someone,
Yes.
it's wrong.
It's wrong.
So,
But it's not easy not to flirt, guys. Come
But
on.
would you do it in front of me as your partner?
Huh?
Would you do it in front of me as your partner?
Not like in front.
Not in front.
Here's
What's
the
up?
thing.
What's up?
If what you see, that's what integrity is.
As long as they
What
know.
you do by yourself and what you do when you're with people, are you still the same person? That's integrity. Integrity is if everyone out here walks out and they leave me with their phones and they whatever, will I take someone's phone? It's not would I take it in front of them. It's would I take it when I'm alone. It's what I do when I'm alone. When I'm with my phone and I'm having conversations on my phone, would my content be okay being displayed?
Okay.
That for me, that's what integrity is.
when you are with someone and you are serious about
Yes.
them, flirting is a no.
Yeah, because
You
if
flirt to entertain yourself. Like what she said, it's more like you're opening a door for something
Yes.
to happen. So if you are taken, if you have someone that you like speak like with and you speak serious language, you are officially dating, and they find out that you're flirting, you are cheating.
thank you.
Like,
I also find it offensive if my partner, when they answer their phone, they must say, I'm with my girlfriend.
To phone and then he stands up.
Yeah. And why must you say, I'm with my girlfriend? What is the content of the conversation that you can have when I'm not
It's a
there?
warning to say, be careful what
Do you know what I
say.
It's have a conversation.
Why-
I don't have a problem with you having a
Loudspeaker or
conversation.
not loudspeaker?
Not
Yeah.
loudspeaker.
Not loudspeaker, on the phone. If you have to sit there and say, no, I'm just chilling with my girl. Why is it important for you to say I'm chilling with my girl? Why can't you just say I'm chilling?
No, but maybe you want to say, don't disturb or don't disturb me.
No, then say, hey, listen, I'm busy. Let's talk later. I can roll with that.
But still gonna
For
be
you,
offended on why I
no,
drop a call.
for you to specify that you are with your girlfriend.
It means go to Ukulman.
Thank you. There's conversation. For real.
No, it depends who is calling and what the conversation is about.
How
I can
often-
be talking to Lee, and Lee is like, yo, my boy, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was great. And then he's like, what are you doing? And like, oh, I'm just chilling with my person. You know, it's not like it's just
fine.
an innocent
But-
but then if you like,
But there's a flow. But now you hold the phone. Hi, how are you? Good. No, listen, I'm with my girlfriend.
yeah, that's quite.
Yeah, but
I had someone saying when he's dating it was an Uber guy anyway. So he says he's dating a businesswoman. So the businesswoman, some of the calls that she receives when she's with him, she talks when she's next to him, she doesn't move. But some calls that are business, she moves. So he's like, that gives him like questions or why is she moving at
With that, yeah.
some calls, but some she's not moving.
I also wouldn't understand what's a call that would make you move. And we create these insecurities in our partners.
Yeah.
We create them. Because there are some people who, when they have a conversation, you don't even care. Do you know what I mean? You just like, oh, my person's having a call. You'll even carry on watching and be on your phone. And then you just like, hi man, something's off here. And here's the thing, you have a gut feeling.
Yeah,
that's
you can
the
tell.
thing.
Yeah, you're just like, I had a feeling, man. There's just something in you that just moves. Do you know what I mean? There's something in you that shifts, man, and you're like, no, there's something about this call. There's something, and you'll want to inquire. This person can get 80 calls, but there's this one call that will make you inquire.
I mean, I don't even ask. I don't have the energy
Yeah.
to play detective. I don't have shame.
So you're gonna ignore things and leave them untended.
I'd rather.
I know that now there are some questions I ask.
What questions do you?
If I get
What
that
kind of
feeling,
questions?
or like if there's, here you are having 500 calls because you are the busiest man on earth. You are Elon Musk when call after call after call after call. Then there's this one call where you don't say anything, and I know you're my person. You buzz, you laugh. How?
You freeze.
Now this question comes. Now this call comes.
But then
What's moving?
Now you what?
So let's we get.
And then now he's like.
So you say
Later,
you
I
are
ask.
asking because you are scared of what you would find, or because you trust him.
No, it's not about trust. It's not about him. It's for my own peace sake.
so it does
You already
what
accepted.
do you
Why
do to pile things?
Yeah, that's
That's
the
more
problem.
like you are investing for a very huge.
Yeah,
thing.
now you are
His
piling.
blindsided at the end of the
That's the
day.
thing, guys. I cannot confront. I'm not a person a confronter. I'm a person that keeps quiet. I'd rather die with something.
No.
Ah,
You
yeah,
are
that's
you
how
are
it
too
is.
Dlala you.
Yeah.
No,
I-
exactly.
Come, let me dlala you in my voice.
The problem
How-
with that is that when you find, you see, people like that are silent killers. They will start
Yes.
poisoning you while you are eating because they are so fed up with you.
They are.
Now you are eating.
At the end of
you are
the day,
dying.
she's aware of it.
Can I
She
ask-
just doesn't want to bring herself to the party of saying, "What are you doing? What's happening?"
You are engaged. So why will you leave stones unturned while you're married?
Yeah. So you are married and you leave stones unturned.
Ngimtshelile ngathi, I was not yet ready. I'm still
Pulling yourself towards it.
Wait.
I'm still
Okay, I need to understand
So you
something.
pulling yourself towards it makes you to turn a blind eye on some things because you just want peace. What else?
No, nappies can be thrown out. Peace can commit suicide. I will come to war with you.
The thing
Because
is,
I really want to understand.
even if you have peace afterwards, or you're still intuitive, but you choose.
Yeah,
To
thing
be
is,
like,
you always
this is
be
the way
aware
of
of it.
it.
Moves
Yeah.
inside of you. It
Can I ask
moves.
Kumuto? You are married.
yeah, she's
Have you ever received weird calls? Since you're married?
Boyfriend has husband.
No, I'm just saying no. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I please answer that for me.
Received. Has your partner ever received weird call? Your husband?
Yeah.
You
Never.
sure?
Good man.
Never.
Oh,
Like
you have
usually,
navigation.
usually it's just people that I also know who just be like, what does he
Kumuto.
want?
Okay, by the way, you have a navigation tracker thing.
Why did you have to go to that?
No, they don't know. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
do.
You track your man.
He tracks me.
Okay, you went
Wow.
also.
Because there was a time where I was taking, I think it was during bus strike, so I was taking taxis. So now, because I was coming to Joburg, I can't take out my phone when he's calling me. So he would call, and I'm not answering. I'll only answer when I get home and be like, yo, I was in the taxi, so I couldn't speak to you. Be like, you know what? When you're not answering my calls, I get worried.
Yes.
So how about we do this thing? I'm gonna download this app. You downloading it because the only way that I can be able to track him is if I give him access. So if I give him access, it means I'll also be able to track him as well. So
clone husband.
so whenever I go somewhere, like if I leave home, when I leave the house, it notifies him Pumuzo has left the house. When I get to work, Pumuzo has arrived at work. When I leave work, she has left work.
So
Like
if you are in between, you decide out of nowhere to go out.
Or to come here now, here we are.
even now, we didn't
But
know I was here because
that's also like
For safety.
at these days.
yeah,
but
it's for
that's
safety
It's their
reasons.
level of communications. Yeah.
But yo, if you happen to just decide to go on a date,
Why are you going on dates? You are a married
Date
woman.
everything.
Date for
Like even now, when I came here, I didn't tell him that I was here.
guys,
He was the one that called me. He was like,
date with friends.
"Where are you?"
Date with friends.
No, it's
But
friends.
it's communication.
You see, he called and
Yeah,
she said,
it's like,
she
"Where
told
are you?" I told him where I was. I was like, "Oh, okay, you should have told me."
Guys,
Because now I was.
Where do we buy this kind of relationships, guys?
Yeah, please.
Honesty.com. Honesty.com.
When you stop being complicated and the next person also they're tired of being
You
complicated.
match the energies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end.
I feel like it
You want the
match.
same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you want this, the other person wants
Yeah.
this.
That's why it's important to have that conversation of what do you want.
I mean, that's the whole point of us having this conversation is to actually have different perspectives
Yeah.
and also,
But with
no, there's good relationships out there. This
in
thing
terms of,
now,
in terms of
I
talking
mean,
about
I
what I
genuinely
want.
believe in that there is.
There are some, and the world has painted.
Yeah.
this thing now, Mjolo wants
Such a bad-
only.
Yeah, Mjolo, yeah,
Yes, we are, but Mjolo can also be very beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it can turn out to a lifetime commitment. I mean,
And when it's good, it's good,
It's
guys.
good.
Because sometimes when it's good, you are floating, you are just cruising. You're just like, what? When the phone rings, you even draw on those. It's just like,
I think we come to the end of our podcast, guys. Thank you, guys, for engaging with us. I want that Mjolo where you can be taking your legs up,
sweeping the fridge.
Exactly. What's the only one?
When you get to your mom, you're like, put in one.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, now. You're like, girls.
and I feel like it doesn't matter how long you've dated or what's the experience, but if you find the right person, you
Yeah.
do those things.
Enjoy it, guys. If you can find a Mjolo, If you find a pool, swim.
Swim in it.
No matter what you do, swim. Enjoy it.
Because when it's beautiful,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
beautiful.
If I had listened to what people told me
Friends.
when we started this
Friends.
relationship, trust me, I wouldn't be having this guy in my life.
He wouldn't put a ring on it.
Then you say something like, what if he's a human trafficker because you do not know this guy? What if this and that? What if he kills people? What if so many what ifs, and I was like, well, it's my life. Let me take the gamble and see where it leads me.
And guys, also with friends, be careful of what you share with friends.
Yes.
Because that's the weapon they're gonna use against you.
Yeah, you know one thing that I've told myself, I do not have friends. He is my friend.
Nah,
So he's the one person that I go to whenever I feel like I need to talk to someone. Because I feel that if I ever go out there and find someone else to confide in, one day that person is gonna use whatever that I tell them
Against you. That is
so
true.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends, but none of them knows anything.
Yeah.
That's true.
I keep
Yeah.
my thing to myself.
That's
You
the
ask
best
me,
way to
Dineo,
go
how
about
are
it.
you? I'm very well. How are you? Well, shit is going down.
You know, ne? Even when I'm depressed, when they say, how are you? I'm happy.
You are happy.
Yes.
You are great. You
I
are
do that.
amazing.
I'm amazing.
Because now they're gonna
I'm-
celebrate the fact that you're not happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll be like, why? Why you not happy? What's wrong? Tell me, I got you.
And there's
You're
nobody that
fine.
wants to chill with you like friends when you're going through a bad situation. No, let me come over. Why would you come over this whole time? Why would
You must check
And
this out.
also,
If you post
now
a
when
crying
you're
emoji.
gonna question everything like that, sometimes you the one who's gonna be like, I was coaching the whole fucking last month. Now
you
you're
didn't
gonna call me
yes.
to say I wanna
It's a
come
double-edged
and cheer you
sword.
up. I always say just one thing I can say is just know what you want
And be consistent.
know where to get it. That's all.
And
You know you have Palisa, you have Dineo, you know Palisa is a person that can just say, let's go and chill at Capello. You know
Where to
Dineo
go.
is the one that's gonna say, friend, just keep calm, don't make irrational decisions.
Yeah.
Know what to
Like,
get.
know your
from
people.
who.
Sure.
Like,
I know.
because now you're gonna be going around the Hulu Squadel and I was but you didn't call me when I was coaching. Now you are calling me.
And also, you can have one person that knows you, because sometimes you can just take bad decisions because you want to be selfish.
Yeah.
So have someone that you trust. For example, sometimes when I'm in love, he can see, my friend is in love, you know. And if he can say, this woman, she's just here to secure the bag. She can see, you get my point.
The bag. Yes.
You
Miguel.
taking me back to when I just arrived, you were like, you glowing. I'm like, what? I don't even see that myself. So now it shows that, okay, even
You are
though
happy.
I am happy, and it's good that other people are seeing
Yes,
that
yes.
I am happy.
But your friends will be like,
I do not
we show right.
Not you show. You're like, maybe they do. And I'm like,
That time when I got on Chirita,
yeah. No, that's true.
And now when we tell them that no, I'm like, I guess have this one, two, three, I'm like, oh shit.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. I'm teasing me.
I think Chris has said it well. Know your people and know who you get what from.
But also know how to read energy, because energy can lie. That thing out here, come over, I'll buy you a wine, I'll buy you chocolates. Get probably out here, tell me more. What's popping? What's popping
So I
there?
can rejoice in your misery.
Yeah.
Because some people rejoice it, they love it when you're going through crap. They're like, what? Oh,
Because-
again.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people compare themselves with you.
Silently.
Yeah, they can see, okay,
Silent
you're doing well,
competition.
those kind of vibes.
You don't even know it's again. You're like, how is it again? Oh.
And also, I feel like, Lena, women, you have so much competition than us guys.
We
When you guys get engaged and married, others are actually looking for,
And then
Get
others will
rid.
come and say being married is not an achievement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
She's
it
not
makes
even
someone
happy.
feel sick.
Yeah, you're so young. How do you get married when you're so
Girl
young?
from college. There's this girl from college. She once said to me, I posted a picture and my ring was showing, and that was before I told my parents that he proposed. So immediately, I think it was after 2 minutes, I removed the picture. Auntie, she has already seen it.
Yeah, because there are some people that are
Screenshot.
watching you.
No, she didn't. She
The
didn't
minute you post, they like, watch. How?
She didn't screenshot. She's one person who never spoke to me unless she needed help with assignments. So now she commented to the picture, says like, oh, you married? I'm like, no, I'm not married. I'm engaged. She was like, oh, so you're no longer mudao. you've changed your surname. I said I'm engaged, not married. So why do you expect me to change my surname? She was like, if you haven't changed your surname, darling, it means that you just got that ring to warm your heart.
Yeah, it's a party pack.
I was
You
like-
are right, girl. That's all I'd say. Like, why must you entertain people? People are so
Yena
foul.
umuntu wadlava
Oh.
akayazi nokuthi it's just engagement.
Yo,
I didn't even
That's
love
what
it.
I was like, you know what, babes? If that's how you do it, then
There are some
That's
people
you.
that only comment when when you put a sad face on your status.
Yo.
They'll be like, oh, friend, what's happening?
yeah.
Be happy. They will not ask a damn thing. They will not say
Yeah.
anything. But when you're unhappy or you look, now you take a picture and you're like, today I look like a mess. Or someone took a picture of you and posted it and
Yeah.
then they're like, friend, you look like a mess. What is it?
This
Why did you ask?
There's this other guy who once said,
Yo.
I don't know if we give a heck of a
That's true.
WhatsApp.
And they don't have time.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time I
my
blocked
friends are the
people from home,
who
even.
knows.
Because I feel like they screenshot and send people from
To
home.
their
And be like, look.
Yabona Facebook because uzoba nomngani from grade 1, you'll be friends with that person and then they keep in tabs on you. You don't even know. I mean, Facebook.
Sometimes you hear your life from other people. They're like, how do you still have that car? What car? They're
Do
like,
you even
no.
know that?
The girl feel like, oh no, it was somebody's car. They're like, oh, I knew it. Oh, you knew
It's
it.
hectic. It's hectic.
So it's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you.